Let's have a quick check of the markets now. Over to Tom Piotrowski over at CommSec. How are we shaping up today, Tom?
Pete, not too bad actually. We saw a record high closing for the Australian share market yesterday. We're going to add 0.25% to that when we kick off later on this morning, so that's quite good news, and it comes at the hands of what was quite a constructive session as far as US markets were concerned, for the fact that we had a measure of inflation that the US Federal Reserve looks at quite carefully, and by and large there are quite a few moving parts to it, but from the market's perspective it passed muster. And there was a slight improvement in terms of the outlook for interest rates. The pricing for a rate cut in the next couple of months improved under those circumstances, and that's translated to record high closes for the the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. So the S&P 500 up by 0.5%, the Nasdaq up by around 0.9%. So in monthly terms, we've had the Nasdaq rise just over 6%, and the S&P 500 up by just over 5%. Very encouraging gains. So it's a question of to what extent that translates to the local market in terms of it being the first day of a new month. And we'll get a whole range of manufacturing figures released in the next day as far as the world clock is concerned. But it starts off with Chinese figures in regional time today. So that'll be quite an important set of figures to look at a time when the markets are worried about the slowing of China and what that particularly means for the Australian share market. Elsewhere, iron ore continued to moderate to $124 per tonne. Oil prices a little bit weaker, but still at elevated levels around $83.62, and we've got gold prices up by about $12 an ounce to 2,054 US.
How's the risk coming along, Tom?
Oh, look, not too bad, Pete. Yeah, thanks for asking. It's getting
slow. On the mend. You get on the bike yet? Can you get back on the bike? Pardon the pun.
Look, out of deference to the great work my surgeon did, I'll be respectful and leave that to one side for a while.
Just walking for now to get to A to B?
Just healthy mind, healthy body, that type of thing.
Good to hear. I'm glad it's going well, Tom.